Hey YouTube. Now, this is kind of a weird angle, but welcome to actually a technique video that I want to do for you guys today. And this one is on double strokes and really how to do them. I think double strokes are actually probably one of the hardest things to play, really well. Much less utilize into your playing. All right, but if you think about it, there's 40 rudiments, okay, and your rudiments are your ABCs. With the exception of the couple of single stroke rudiments, all the other rudiments have multiple strokes on the hand going on. Okay, so incorporating doubles into your playing really it just opens up all the doors and possibilities to options that you can play on the drum set. Okay, so what I want to do is tackle each hand on how to play a good double stroke. Okay, and hopefully this will be straightforward. All right, and hopefully the angle is good. I wanted to try to shoot it where you could get a really good shot at what each of my hands are doing. So I'll be starting with the right hand, match grip, and if you play match grip, then obviously whatever I'm doing in the right hand will also apply to the left hand. And then I'll do traditional grip in a second video. Okay? Alright, so the first step that I try to do, and I'm going to just pretend like that whoever I'm speaking to now is a beginner, and just start from that point on. Obviously, if you're not, then you could probably fast forward a little bit. Okay, but you first of all want to make sure that your grip is good, okay, and that you have a good fulcrum set. And again, you have two fulcrums you can ultimately do. You can do what's called the front, what I call the front fulcrum, which is between your index finger and thumb, or you can do your second fulcrum, which is the form between your middle finger and thumb, with the index finger just lying to the side. Okay, both are correct. I use both. I was actually taught the second fulcrum first, and I didn't really start utilizing the front fulcrum till later. But anyway, just so you know, and it's probably important to practice both. At least I find there isn't really one technique that does it all really well. You know what I mean? So anyway, so once you can do this, the next step is just to try to throw the stick down and just do a multiple bounce stroke, just like this. Okay? You'll notice that the stick is bouncing and pivoting from my fulcrum. Okay? Or if you're doing the front fulcrum. Okay? Alright? I'm super relaxed. Okay? Now, why is this step important? Well, because the goal is to let the stick do the work. Okay? That's extremely important. Okay? So once you can do this, okay, and again, my wrist is moving once, and then the stick bounces however many times it's going to bounce. Okay? So once you feel good about this, then the goal from here is to do the same stroke, but instead of letting it bounce continuously, you want to try to pull your hand up after it bounces twice. Just like that. Now you notice again, my wrist is only moving once. Okay, down. And then my wrist doesn't come back up until that second stroke has been played. Okay, so you don't want to go 1, 2, 2 wrist strokes. 1 wrist stroke. 1. Down, up. Down, up. So the wrist stays down until both notes are played. Okay? And again, so you want to be super loose and super relaxed. Okay? And then from here, the goal, okay, is just to see if you can do it over and over again. All right, and then even starts trying to speed it up a little bit. Okay, take your time. Okay. Okay, don't worry about how clean it sounds. We're going to address that here in a second. Just try to get that double bounce. Okay. All right. The final step is to do what's called the alley-oop. Well, at least that's one term for it. Okay, and what that basically means is the goal is you want to be able to control the double. Okay, and you want to be able to make the second note just as even and clean as the first note. Okay, so what you're going to do, now this is really important. Okay, is you'll notice, okay, if I go back to this, all right, okay, that's after the first stroke. Okay, now you see how the back of the stick right here on that second note, right, it's coming back into your hand. Okay, before it plays the second note, you see that? All right, that part right there, boom, boom, boom. What you want to do is after you play that first note, okay, and then the stick is coming back into the hand, okay, again your wrist is staying down and nice and loose, okay, you're just letting the stick bounce in that fulcrum. As the butt end of the stick is coming back towards the hand to get ready to play the second note, you want to take your fingers and go boom, boom, like this. Okay, like that. Bounce, finger squeeze. Okay, again, you're just going boop, boop, boom, boom. So grip is super relaxed and open, and then you pull that second stroke into your hand with your fingers. So your fingers are actually playing that second note. Okay, what this does is it brings out the second note because you want the second note to be just as even as the first. Okay. Okay. So open and then pull those fingers in on that second note. Okay, and you'll notice that second note is nice and even with the first. Okay, if you're not sure you're doing it right, okay, you should be able to kind of accent the second note with those fingers. Accent. But again, okay, one pitfall that a lot of people do is they'll play the wrist, okay, and then they'll bring the wrist back up. They'll go like that. Okay, remember, as I said before, your wrist should only move once. Okay? One wrist stroke. Okay, so if you're doing it and you notice your wrist is going 1, 2, it's moving twice, then you know you're not doing it right. One wrist stroke and then a finger stroke. Wrist, finger. Wrist, finger. Wrist, finger. Wrist, finger. Wrist, finger. Okay, and this gives you a nice controlled double stroke. Okay? Okay? Okay, throw it down. It's like this kind. It's kind of as they call it, the alley-oop. It's kind of you're just alley-oop. Okay. Okay. So again, as that second note comes into the hand, Instead of just letting it do that, squeeze that stick into your hand with your fingers, okay? All right, so there you go. Hopefully that made sense, okay? Just take your time with it, but those are the 3 steps that I would do, okay? So it's kind of weird looking at the camera from the side like this, but I hope that helped. And I'm going to do the traditional grip hand here in just a second, so stay tuned. See ya.